Good day, good people. It is day 6. Not a lot. That's not true. There's quite a bit that happened overnight. We had a deer that kind of showed up out of nowhere out there. So I snuck up on him, shot him. That spawned in a zombie. That zombie tried to eat him. He ate a little bit of him. We killed him, got the deer, got back in. Had a lumberjack that wanted to try to show up and have a little party with us. Whatever. Obviously took care of him. So, recap. We are ready to go as far as our horde base goes. We are good to go as far as our crafting space goes. If we just really wanted to, we could get all of this upgraded to wood, but we're not going to worry about that because, like I said, I just want to get you through your first horde night. So, we do have a skill point that we have to use, and you know where it's going, into Pomo Peak. At this point, we are prepared for Horde Night. Now, every kill that we get with our club, we get 20 of our stamina back. So a power swing takes roughly about 10-ish. Let's see, 114, it drops to 101, so it's 13. So if we make a kill with a power attack, we're going to get plus 7 back as far as our stamina goes. So, since we are pretty much good on the base front, we are free to do whatever we want to do leading up to Horde Night. Now, because I still want to give us a chance of getting to that baseball bat, which is going to make killing the zombies that much easier, we are still going to go out and we're going to do some missions, but we're not on any type of clock at this point, so we may do detours and grab some other things or do some other stuff. But I want to show you that after you finish the tier 1 missions, Rect will now have tier 2 missions, so it's going to be a little bit of a harder POI. What do you got? Oh, he's got some of these, so we're definitely going to pick up some of these for Fortnite. And we already have an eye candy, but we may grab another.
It'll be a good morning.
So
when
let's
you
see what
buy
jobs he's
something
got.
and get the fuck out of here.
Now, these,
You better take this job. I'm
first
not
off,
you
did not
got
mean to
some
do that.
brass balls coming in
Infested
here and turning
clears
me down.
are much, much harder missions. All right. So whatever the location is, it's gonna make it that much harder because it's gonna add that many more zombies. So it's basically gonna increase the amount of zombies at that location and make it that much harder to actually get through it. So now we've got a couple other different options as far as jobs goes. Now we've got fetch and clears, we've got restore powers, and we've got infested clears as well. So in the hierarchy, all right, we've got our berry supplies, we've got our fetch, we've got our clear. Now we have our fetch and clear. I believe it's restore power after that, and then infested clears. So we're gonna take this fetch and clear at the Film Fanatics house
I got some shit work. It's a deal. Disappoint
because
me,
it's kind
and
of
you'll
like the
find
sweet
yourself on
spot
the wrong end
for
of a
the
rope.
jobs that he currently has. All right. We are going to buy 2 more of these at some point, so we're going to need 1,500. I know we've got that on our bike already, but just something to keep in mind. Now, because we took that special mission to show us where Trader Jim was first, picking up that new mission isn't going to override that one, so we're going to have to switch to that mission. So we're going to hold down X, bring up our radio menu, come down to quest. We're going to highlight the tier 2 fetch and clear, and now we're going to make it our active quest, and now everything shifts to that mission. So we can go back out and go knock out this place. Now the good thing about having the bicycle is that, as you saw, we've got a couple more spaces for storage. And I think what we're gonna do as we kind of move through here is we're gonna start breaking down some cars. Even though I don't necessarily need it for the purpose of this tutorial, I do want to go ahead and get a workbench built just so you can kind of see what you're going to need in order to make that happen. So if I remember correctly, it's 20 mechanical parts. I know it's 100 nails. I want to say wood, leather, and duct tape. So I just want to make sure that we're going to have what we need in order to make that happen. Like I said, we pretty much got ourselves prepped and ready for Horde Night already, outside of not having the weapon that I want. So we can take time to kind of detour and do stuff like that. I see. Poopy Pants will probably be a good place to loot as far as magazines go. So we may just kind of randomly do that at some point. I don't waste my time breaking down the bigger vehicles, just because they have so many hit points and it just takes so long with just a basic wrench. And I'm just doing the cards until we get the 20 mechanical parts that we need for the workbench. Like I said, we're not pressed for time, so we're just kind of doing random stuff that you would need to do if this were going to be a longer playthrough. Now, you may not have noticed, but we did get an engine out of that. Your engines are used to power things, and they're also a item that you'll need to craft your motorized vehicles. So your mini bike, your motorcycles, your 4x4, your gyros will all need an engine at some point. And searching cars has a small percentage chance of finding an engine, but also wrenching cars gives you a better chance of finding them. So in the couple of vehicles that we've broken down, we've already found 2 engines and a battery. We've got all the mechanical parts we need. And this is why having access to a wrench and having that point in salvage operations early on comes in so handy. Plus, it doesn't hurt that we have on the salvage hat. So I think it reduces the amount of stamina used. Not passing by a mill. Actually, let's see, what does it do? Nope, not there. Armor. The scavenger hat. Oh, it gives us more XP from salvaging. All right, we've already read that book. All right, let's head on over to... Which one is it? The Film Fanatics house? Is that the one we're doing? Now, it would be worth it to double loot tier 2s, just because the loot is going to be so much better. And again, we have the time. We're not pressed for preparing for Horror Night. We're already ready for Horror Night. And I guess that's the beauty behind the process that I take for the first 7 days. It's because everything is pretty much, like, you can't get much more established. So, with that said, I think I am gonna double loot this place, but I'm not gonna make y'all go ride along through there. So I'm going to probably supercut, and I'll see you when we're done with both run throughs. And may do a little montage of some kills and some looting. We'll see. But I'll catch you when it's over. So that's what happens when you get a little uh, too full of yourself, because I completely forgot that there's usually a booger in this place. And a booger is usually something that you typically only find in the wasteland, which is the hardest biome in the game. So, you know what? I had that coming. Now I'm infected. I've got an abrasion, but we can fix that with a first aid bandage. We've got stuff back at our base to take care of the infection. I may or may not go back and get those. So we'll see. All right, back to it. All right, so that was our first run through this building. And I came to the realization that there's really not much else for me to show you guys as far as this whole tutorial goes for beginners. There's really nothing left for me to show you other than how we deal with Horde Night. So I am going to continue to play through, and then I will pick back up right at right before Horde Night. I'll go ahead and get all the preparations done, get everything all set up, and we will go from there as far as wrapping up this whole tutorial, because literally there's really nothing else for us to do other than run around, do some looting, try to find more magazines and stuff like that. So, other than I hope I left in the part where I ran into the booger here. That was interesting. But I will catch you guys at Horde Night. Let's skip to it. Well, I was going to wait until morning, but we got a little visitor. I'm actually going to let her scream a little bit. Let her bring some of her people in here before I do what I do. Now, as you can see, we were able to craft our tier 1 baseball bat. So now we are officially ready for Horde Night. Now, as you can see, the only downside to using the block that we're using for them to cross on is that it drops them just a little bit. No, I would actually change that to a regular block after we... Sorry, got a little distracted. I would change that to a regular block actually after I had the ability to provide the electrical fence posts, which would slow them down. I changed that to a regular block and then they'd be right at the right level. But until we are at that point, this is just a means of us protecting ourselves so that we don't get overrun and they just pile up and just beat their way through and get right into our base. But this is exactly what Horde Night is going to look like. We are going to defend these two positions, and we'll just be taking faces off. Now, again, this is a much easier difficulty than I'm used to playing. So, if it looks like the zombies are... You better not be feral. Okay. So if it looks like the zombies are dropping relatively quickly, it's because they are. But that's the beauty of putting so much focus. Oh, another clubs book. Batter up. Let's check and see how close we are to finishing that. Finishing. How close we are to finishing that book set. So we come over here to its skills. We'll click on the books. Batter up. We've only read 3 of them. So the way the books work is as you find them and you read them, once you've read them all, you unlock this. And for most of them, it's power attacks that kill your enemy, refill your stamina meter. So that is a complete refill. Whether you have 1 stamina or 100 stamina, it's gonna completely top you all the way off. And I want to say that's the same for all of them. Yep, sledges. Where's the one for spears? Spear hunter. Yep, refills your stamina. This one is the only one that's a little different, simply because you get your stun baton charging at tier 6, at the book 6 on this one. But I think that is an excellent point for me to kind of let the day roll on. We'll roll right into day 7 and we will pick back up there. We drank, we're ready. We're gonna, I didn't do anything overnight. I am gonna go ahead and use, I think I have a skill, all right, 2 skill points. Now, if you are a newer player and you are concerned about your storage space and being encumbered, you could put these points into Pack Mule. All right. Again, I'm playing this like I kind of know what's going on just a little bit. Most for the majority of it, it's been as if I had no clue. But what I would do here, as we're about to move into Iron Tools, is I'm going to go ahead and dump another point there. And where does our other point go? I think at this point it's kind of safe for us to start investing into our ranged weapon, which if we're sticking with strength, and you should as a new player, then we're going to go with shotguns. So we're going to put a point into boomstick so that we can start finding more shotgun weekly magazines. So, as I said while the mic was muted, enjoy the montage. I'm going to run through a couple missions, try to improve where we currently are, and then we're going to deal with Horde Night. All right, y'all, I got to jump back in here for just a minute. If you come across this POI, the Hoarder's House, this is a great place to double loot. There are so many things that you can get out of here. And even though I'm going to kind of supercut and jump cut through this, I want you to take note of all. I'm going to double loot this place, full double loot. I want you to take note of all the different stuff that I'm able to get from this place. I know it's going to be kind of quick and kind of jumping through. Actually, the first time through, before I actually restart the mission, I'll let you go through it so you can see all of the stuff that you can actually get, and then I'll quickly go through it again so that we can start to get ready for Horde Night. But just take note. All right, I've already searched this mailbox, so we're going to start here, get the trash, and this is just free plastic. If I were continuing this playthrough after day 7, I'd go ahead and break down this car, but I'm not going to worry about that since this is pretty much our last day in this playthrough. I'm just going to go through here and just show you all the stuff. Now, there's going to be quite a few zombies at the beginning of this place, so let's go ahead and take care of them. Really, guy? You're just gonna stand behind there and just hit on stuff? That's what you're gonna do? Got him. Did you the back? Oh, here. Oh man, together. All right. So, just in this beginning room alone. All right, we're gonna search this. All right, we're gonna wrench the coffee maker. That's just free stuff. If you wanted to, you could wrench the water heater too. We're gonna get the stove. I mean, and this is there's just so many different resources and materials in this place that it's borderline ridiculous. This is one of my favorite POIs if I need parts or just various resources in general, this is the one. Be on the lookout for these boxes. They're kind of tucked and hidden in. I do like to go ahead and just add the dye to stuff, but this is just free iron. I mean, literally everything is here. That could be wood if I wanted it. Another box for us to search. And if you are fortunate enough to already have iron tools, by the time you get to somewhere like this, I could break both of those down. And I think I'm just gonna start like just showing you guys the different things that we can break down and get stuff from. This is more iron. And again, having a wrench is crucial here. Break down, break down. You can get snowballs from this. Snowballs are used for making, I believe it is the yucca smoothie or some kind of smoothie. All right, and I'm just grabbing the quick stuff. There's another box. We could break down the toaster, but I'm not going to. Now, be careful because there's always a dog in this backyard somewhere. I don't know where he comes from. There's no way to get like a sneak attack on him. We're gonna hit this, and I believe he comes from behind that shed over there, if I'm not mistaken. Let's try to sneak over and see if we can catch him off guard. I don't think we can. I think he's like guaranteed to wake up. So he's not in the shed. Is that a scream? Why is there a screamer here? Okay, that's not good. That is not good. And okay, so the dog is back here. Can I get an angle to get a shot? Good shot. Alright, so let's take care of him. Then we're gonna have to deal with that screamer before we finish the rest of this POI. Because otherwise she's gonna bring a whole and she's already started to bring a whole bunch of drama our way. So they like to hit low first, let them so that they can just crawl on in. And then we can go ahead and deal with her. Now hopefully she didn't spawn another screamer because that's gonna be all bad. But at least they have a way to just come right in now so that we don't have to wait to try to get rid of them. But look how much faster we are killing the zombies. So we're going to try to help them out. Let's help them out. Whoa! She went up and over. Alright, well, that's interesting. Tell you what, let's just do this. Oh, you're in here already. Goodbye. Look how the baseball bat's just destroyed. Goodbye. Goodbye. It's not even fair. And this is why part of the strategy is getting... I'm not going to worry about the chicken. This is why part of the strategy is getting your weapon, your melee weapon, up to tier 4 as quickly as possible. Alright, now we can officially make iron tools, and we are actually going to wear the preacher outfit instead of the ranger outfit. The reason being, the preacher outfit gives us a resistance of 2% to all undead attacks. So basically, everything that we're going to be coming across, because everything that we fight other than the occasional animal is dead. Now, on day 7 or whatever horde night you choose, so if you change the number of days that it is in between, on the day of horde night, unless you change the indicator, your day number becomes red to indicate that you are getting a horde on this specific day. Oh, so we just coming from other POIs now, huh? Okay, that's fine. But I mean, look how we're just walking them This is a tier one of the level two. I'm gonna call them level two because I don't know what else to call them. Tier one of the level two weapon, and we are just running through zombies, like almost like it's not, like almost like it's nothing. Hey, great books. Oh, I should have looked and seen what that one was. What was that? That was a Wasteland Treasures. Oh, we can make mineral water. I saw these two when we got them. So now we can make mineral water, which is by far the best drinking thing that you can have in the game. Hey, oh, we're finding out. This is why I love this place. Just, I mean, there's just so much opportunity. I kind of feel like my boys and stepbrothers. Like there's so much room for activities. Now, since these are non-functioning, these you can break down and get forged steel. I'm not gonna completely do it, but I just want you to see that you can get forged steel from breaking down these machines, these vending machines that aren't working, and it actually would complete one of our challenges to harvest forged steel. So these are a good place to get those if you can find a non-operational vending machine. And we're just going to continue to go through and just collect stuff. Now, like I said, I'm not going to collect everything because this is our last day in this playthrough, but I just want you to see just the amount of stuff that you can get from here. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go through and go to the main loot because I do want to see just how much. Oh, Big Mama dropping in. Drop in for a nap. I just want to see just how strong we can get before Horde Night. I don't know if I'm gonna leave it in or not, but the trader had today is his restock day, and he had a bunch of stuff that we could actually make use of. He had a couple of books for the club, and if we can make a tier two, we will. Like I said, since this is the last day, we might as well go balls to the wall. All right. But just looking around, just look at all the stuff. I am gonna search for books. More armored up, primitive armor quality 6. That might actually take us into crafting our own armor. It does. So I did not make the workbench yet, but we do have the capability to. So I'm gonna do that just so that you can see, or I can explain to you the armors that I make and wear. I don't wear a full set, but all of the armors that I make and wear serve a purpose. All right, another meat stew. And keep in mind, we only have 1 point in Master Chef. Look how many magazines we have found. I mean, just look at what we were able to accomplish in the first 7 days. Right, we're able to make iron tools. We're making the second tier of our melee weapon. We're able to have a wrench and gather resources through that method. Again, I'm not saying that my strategy is perfect. I'm not saying that there may not be some weaknesses in it, but you have to admit that it's pretty damn good. All right, I'm just gonna start getting rid of stuff because we're not gonna need it. This is our last day. But I just wanted you to see the amount of resources in this place. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, just look at all the pallets of junk. Like this dude, whoever, I assume it's a guy, but this person was a for real hoarder. They literally kept everything. And we appreciate them because we can use everything. Another loot bag. Appreciate you. More traps. I'm actually running out of space. I'm not gonna worry about cooking pots or anything like that. Oh, wait a minute. Give me bullets. And again, none of this stuff is relevant at this point because this is our last day here. But I mean, just look. That's cloth. A lot of places for books. We just completed that. Oh, no. Put that back. Oh, we can scrap that. Not that I need to keep any of this stuff. All of this stuff is irrelevant at this point. But you kind of get the gist of it. I'm gonna drink this. And when I do my second run through of this place, I'm literally just gonna come through, kill all the zombies, grab what I need to grab, and there's a safe in here also. Again, just stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff. File cabinet, can I get a... Nope, no magazine in that one. So if you get the opportunity to come to the hoarder's house, please do. I mean, just, you see it. You see it at this point. This place is phenomenal. Oh, hello, Rain. Yeah, go ahead and wash all of that off for me. Appreciate you. I'll scrap that. I'm not going to do anything with it. Yeah, let's take those. Not gonna matter. Now, in an official playthrough, I would just drop down to my bike, offload, and keep rolling. But I'm just rushing through this just so that you guys can see it. Just look at all the places that we've been able to pick up. Magazines. Nope. Thought you were going to get a swing. You're not. Oh, I forgot about him. You dirty little bitch. I don't even know how you just did that. Not going to worry about it. That can stay. Read it. Scrap these. Scrap these. We don't need any of that. But you see the amount of another strength mod. You can only wear one, but it's so funny that we got that. No. Let's see. I'm pretty much done with arrows at this point. And we can drop those too. And drop those. Yeah. So I actually, I'm not even gonna double loot this place. I think we're in a pretty good spot as is. I did want to show you a tier 2 mission. Let's go back to the base. Let's craft our workbench. Let's go ahead and make some armor, do all of that stuff. I can talk you through that. And then we will time skip to Horde night because I don't like, pretty much just wasting time at this point, and I don't want to waste yours or mine because, like I said, at this point we have all the free time in the world to do whatever we want to do, so we could just continue to loot and just continue to make ourselves stronger. Anything on the bike? The only other thing that I'm going to do is I am going to go over to Rect and sell a few things, grab a few more magazines that he had for sale. We'll spend all the money that we have. All right, get all of this put away. drink. All right. Now this would normally go into my mods, but we're done with this playthrough, so I'm gonna sell all of this. That goes into crafting. This goes into a power box. What do we have left on us? Stuff that we're selling. All right, so let's take all of this. We're gonna sell all of this. We're gonna buy up. We're gonna spend all the money that we can. I was able to get the 3 that we're gonna need for Horde Night. I thought I bought. Did I not buy that eye candy when they had it? Oh, please tell me I put that somewhere that it wasn't supposed to go. Oh man, I suck. All right, so gonna need nails. Let's go ahead and get 100 nails. We'll let those craft. So we'll go sell all this stuff direct. We'll buy up everything that we can, everything that we might possibly need. We'll come back, we'll craft the workbench, we'll craft some armor, and anything else that we can make. And then we'll just get prepared for and go through Horde Night. And we will wrap up the series and the tutorial. I might go get that. Oh, it's on. Yeah, it's pretty close. We'll go get that too. It's just free magazines. Why not?
It's fucking hot out there this afternoon.
No,
Take a
it's
look
not,
at the
because
shit
I was just
got,
freezing,
but
Rick.
don't
Shut the
expect
hell
me
up.
to cook it for you.
Just gonna sell all of this.
Cha-ching!
Let's grab the money
Thanks,
off of
buddy.
our bike. Did I just put it back on there? Y'all don't pay me no attention. I'm losing my mind. All right, so let's see what he's got.
Chop, chop, dumb fuck.
So we're definitely gonna get the big hitters books. We're going to take. Let's take the shotgun weekly. We can't do anything with them, but we'll take the electric fence post. I kind of want the contact grenades just for the sake of having them, since we gotta burn through some money. Let's see. We have armor. It doesn't matter. I'm making my own armor. No, none of that's useful. None of. We'll take the cobblestone rock just for the sake of taking it. Nothing here that we need. Do you have any? You got some iron. I'm just gonna take his iron. Oh hell no! I'm not paying 600 for it. Fuck off, Rick.
Shit, man.
All
I
right, so
treat
that's all
you
we're gonna
that
take.
good, and you don't even fucking tip me.
So these are the electric fence posts I was referring to. That would be another conversation for a whole nother day. Damn it, I really hate I didn't get any eye candy. I thought I bought some. Gotta be more careful. Alright, let's go pick up the supply drop. Oh man, this might be good. Alright, this might be good. If it's in the... Oh, it's not quite in the desert. If it was in the desert, we would have gotten better things out of it, because the desert is a harder biome. And the more difficult the biome, the better the loot. It raises your loot stage. So, right now, actually, I need to go to here, I believe it is. All right, so in the Pine Forest, my game stage is 27, my loot stage is 17. These two numbers dictate, your game stage dictates how hard the zombies are going to be. Your loot stage dictates the type and levels of the loot that you can find. So in the Pine Forest, it's one thing. If I come over into the desert, which, as I said, is a much harder biome, right? And we check those. Let me deal with him real quick. Hold tight, y'all. Hold tight. Hey, I'm trying to teach. Stop being disrespectful. As I said, Now, if we check, you see our game stage jumped all the way to 60 and our loot stage jumped up to 44. So we would find better items in the desert if this box had dropped in there. So him choking down in the bottom left, you see I have a timer kind of counting down. Because I don't have what I need to effectively move in the desert, which is where these challenges come in. So I would need to complete these and be able to craft the desert gear in order to move through the desert without having this countdown happening. Again, different story for a different day. We're not concerned about that in our first 7 days. So let's see what we get out of here. Forge ahead, cool. Melee mods. We are hoping for the chlamydia mod. Come on, chlamydia. Hey, hey, the burning shaft mod. So we're gonna add that to our bat, and now our bat is, yeah, you see it. You see it. More big hitters books. All right, all right. Not a bad haul. This we would put on our axe for gathering wood. This could go on a melee weapon or tool, and it's basically going to increase the damage that it does. So that was actually a pretty good supply drop. But now let's head back and prepare to wrap up this tutorial. I will catch y'all back at the base. All right, we are back. I don't think we have anything on. What the? Oh, a little pre-horde, little. Now, if my health was, I think it's 30%. My health was decreased by 30%. They would actually start attacking me. I still want to kill them. I'm not gonna waste the time. It's just me playing around. Don't pay me any attention, y'all. Oh, I can kill you though. Cause what are you doing over here? Hey, don't hit that. Is that a wandering horde? No, it's just her. What the hell? Oh, I didn't upgrade that block. I'm not gonna worry about it. It's fully supported at this point. All right, let's focus. So, let's grab the nails. Let's start a whole bunch of forged iron, even though we're not going to use it all. We need duct tape, mechanical parts, I think leather. That's all for the workbench. Let's see. I don't remember. Oh, we're missing something. What are we missing? 25 forged iron, which I do not have currently. So we're going to have to wait for that. And that just ran out of fuel. Need you to fire back up, good sir. And we need another 15 forged iron, so we'll let that do its thing. I believe we can make iron tools now. So I'm gonna make everything that I can make. Yep, we can make iron tools. We've already got a wrench. I think we're in pretty good shape. I know we're in pretty good shape. Everything we're doing now is just semantics. So we're going to drop this in there. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that anymore. So this is what I would be doing now that we are out of the literal Stone Age. Is I'd free up those spots, and all I would have is wood. I would have my arrows and my ammo for whatever my weapon of choice was. Where we at? With the 25, we need one more. Thank you. And let's craft our workbench. We'll get that put down. Let's put the mods away for now. Let's put the rest of this away. We're going to keep the cobblestone rocks on us. for the sake of making repairs. Let's take this off of here. We can scrap that. Take this off of here. We can scrap that. And like I said, guys, at this point we're just doing tidy work. Oh, I told y'all that we were going to make wood spikes. 17. That should be enough. So we shouldn't need any wood for any. We're gonna need wood in order to make. Gonna need wood in order to make some of the stuff that we want to make. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. So maybe she was part of a wandering horde. Alright, let's just get a little bit of wood. Because we're going to need it to craft a baseball bat. We're going to make a tier 2 baseball bat since we can. We're going to try to craft all of our iron tools since we can. And we're going to go ahead and make our armor also. I think if we can get about 400 wood, that should be plenty. Don't think we'll need much more than that. But as we start to wrap up the beginner's guide to get you through your first 7 days, let me know your thoughts. Was there something that I missed that you wanted covered? Was this too fast? Do you need something a little slower? Was it not fast enough? I'm open to all feedback, good or bad. I learned a long time ago that if you can't take criticism, constructive or not, you shouldn't be doing things where other people have a say. And we know how the internet, social media, and YouTube work. I think we should be good on wood. That's still going to take some time. I should have started that a long time ago. But we're going to get some other stuff done. So let's bring down one of these. Let's grab this. Let's grab these. We can put the wrench up. We're done with that. Not gonna need the wrench. Let's actually swap these. Keep these at the end. Grab my hammer. No. Try this again. Grab my hammer. Not gonna need that. We're gonna need armor crafting kits. I think 4 is gonna be enough. We're gonna need cloth. We're gonna need leather. I think we're good on the duct tape piece. I think that's everything. Trying to think about the recipes beforehand. I know this is supposed to be from a new player perspective, but I know what I'm going to need to craft what I want to craft for the most part. And I'll explain it as I'm crafting it so that you'll understand the why of what I'm doing. Hey, look there. Another challenge completed. Let's just redeem these. We might get another point. Yeah, oh, we have 2 points. Alright. So, again, if we were continuing this series and you were worried about your storage space, you could put a point into pack. You could put points into pack mule. We are at a point with Miner 69er where Motherload would actually have some benefit. So if you want to get more resources from your collecting, Motherload is the way to go. Miner 69 is definitely way more important. but you'll see we get 20% more of anything that we're harvesting by having just 1 point in mother lode, and that goes up by 20% with every level that you put in. So as you get deeper into mining, there is some benefit to adding more points into mother lode, but the reason why you want to do minus 69er first is because it's going to reduce your stamina damage and your stamina cost and allow you to do more damage at the same time. So with these 2 points, I tell you what, since we're wrapping this up, let's just put them into big and fast, and that's just going to make us swing faster with our club. Not that we really need it because it does have knockdown potential, but because we're just doing stuff just to be doing it at this point. All right, workbench done. Now, the reason why I have that little cube in the corner is because I have a little corner space to where these are side by side. So that's the reason for the layout that I have with this space. All right. All right. So armor. Number one item that everybody should be using is the preacher gloves. If you are not using the preacher gloves, what are you even doing playing the game? All right. The preacher gloves add a 10% undead damage. So it adds 10% on top of the damage that we're already doing. If you're not wearing those, you are literally wasting your time with the game. That is one non-negotiable item for everyone. We're gonna put that back on there. I probably should not be messing around, but I heard somebody out here. Oh, hey, 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 hey. Not right now, buddy. All right, sit down. Take a nap, my boy. I really want to kill those birds. And I'm kind of thinking that there's a chance that they might actually attack during Horde night now. So let's take some precaution against those. Let's take some precaution. Just in case. Better safe than sorry, right? So let's make a ladder. Let's get on top of here. And let's take some of these spikes that we made and put them over our fighting position. That will take care of any birds that we get. Now we're going to take the rest and we're going to put them on both sides of the area that they can fall off. And this will keep them from going into rage mode because they're going to come down here and take damage. And we'll just drop it there just so we won't have that one sitting in our inventory. Just for shits and gigs. Alright, that's done. Alright, so we made our preacher gloves. Now, I kind of jump back and forth between two different body part or gears, outfits, whatever you want to call them. If I'm worried about storage space, I like the nomad outfit because with each level it unlocks more of your storage space. So if you don't want to put points into pack mule, the nomad outfit is a good way to go. Or if you've unlocked the pocket mods, so there is a quad pocket mod that was probably 3 or 4 episodes ago. But there is a quad pocket mod. So if you unlock the pocket mods, you can make these and put them into your armor to unlock more slots as well. Each armor can hold multiple of different sorts. So you can't have 2 single armor pocket mods, but you can have a single and a quad. You can't have 2 doubles, but you can have a single and a double. So just keep that in mind depending on how you want to deal with your storage space. Since we're wrapping up here, I've already got a preacher outfit on. I'm gonna rock with that. For the hood, my normal item is the rogue hood. That's just because it increases your loot stage, basically, as a percentage of your loot stage. If you want to gain more experience, then I would go with the nerd goggles. And I'm going to use those just because this is our last day and it's not really going to matter too much on what we use, but we might as well gain as much experience as possible. Now, what I didn't show y'all is in my armor, I keep farmer gear, miner gear, lumberjack gear, and salvage gear or scavenger gear. The reason for that is they all serve their purposes when that's what I'm going to be doing. If I'm going to be scavenging, I want full scavenge gear. If I'm going to be farming, I want full farmer's gear. If I'm going to be mining, I want full miner's gear. And same thing for if I'm cutting down wood, I want full lumberjack gear. So that's the whole purpose for this box. It doesn't have to be massive. If you want to just collect all of the armors, you can. But those are the only ones that I concentrate on keeping because they have the most utility overall. So we're going to put our little items into our nerd goggles. Now for the shoes, I usually like something that is going to give me increased run speed, or depending on the weapon that I use. If I'm using the sledgehammer, I want something that's going to help with managing my stamina. So since we're using the club, the athletic shoes is usually a good way to go because it is going to give you that additional run speed. So we're going to wear those. Nothing against the preacher boots, just not one of my things. All right. Let's grab the rest of this forged iron. This duct tape. We've already got the leather on us, and we're going to craft our iron tools. Oh, first we need our baseball bat. That's mandatory. Baseball bat. And now we're going to go iron fire axe, iron pickaxe, iron shovel. So now we're going to have all of our iron tools as well. So let's recap everything that we were able to do before we get into Horde Night. We have our workbench. We have our forge. We are in iron tools. We're in iron weapons. We have our base, our crafting space for the most part set up. This is pretty bare bones and this is very basic, but as you can see, it wasn't hard to build and it's not hard to maintain. We have our horde base fully ready to go. Did I not bring the cobblestone? Oh, I did. We have our horde base fully ready to go and ready to deal with Horde Night. We're crafting our next level of our baseball bat, which is just going to make Horde Night that much easier. From a skill tree standpoint, we're pretty close to maxed out on our strength tree. We have our pommel peat, which is our primary one attached to our melee weapon, pretty much maxed out. So we are in great shape for dealing with this Horde Night with little to no issues. So let's get everything else together that we're going to need. We're done crafting all of our different armors. We've got our preacher gloves. They're going to give us 10% more damage. We're getting 2% more XP from the nerd goggles, more resistance from the preacher outfit, and faster run speed from the athletic shoes. So let's put all of these things away. Actually, that does not go there. That goes there. We're going to keep the blocks on us. I don't really need my knife. Of course, they love to give you a screamer right before Horde Night starts. And of course, she fell off before we could knock her face off. Come on back up here. Oh, she fell onto the spikes. Ah, I'm gonna have to go repair those because I want those at full health. She may not make it back up here. Downside to the spikes. If the spikes end up getting the kill, you don't get the XP. Alright, so let's clear. Let's just come down here and have a little fun before Horde Night starts. Just because we don't want all of these zombies messing up the amount of zombies that spawn during Horde Night. But look how we made such quick work of them. So that's all set. Don't have to worry about any of this. We've got our new bat. So let's pull it down. Let's take... No. Let's check these off of there. Add them to here. Why not? And we'll scrap that. Oh no, we won't scrap it. We'll sell it. We're not going to do anything with it because this is the end of the series. And we are good to go for Horde Night. All right, it's go time. So let's eat. And it's okay if they do a little damage right out of the gate. Let's drink. And let's get one of these in until we clear them out just a little bit. Alright, let's go to work. So we are going to get the birds attacking. And you can hear them up above. They're going to hit the spikes and they'll get killed up top. We don't get that XP, but it doesn't matter because they're not bothering us. Which is more important. Loot bag. Alright, we got a little breather. Let's go ahead and drink another one of these. And basically, we're just giving ourselves as much XP as possible throughout Horde. We're just gonna dash something. Now I'm using straight power attacks. I'm not mixing in any light attacks. Alright, we got it. And as things slow down, I'll take a moment to do some repairs. Not that they're gonna be doing, one, they don't have the time to do significant damage. Just stand here and just beat up zombies all night. Couple repairs while we got the time. But this is what we build up for. This is what we do. This is why we make our base early, so that we have time to go out and do quests and do things to make ourselves stronger and be in a better position. Now, here's the other piece of this. We're playing this on default, so we're only getting a max of 8 zombies at a time. That wasn't nice. I normally have it set to 64 zombies. Really, I don't know how she hit me, but oh well. I normally have it set to a max of 64 zombies, but I'm just playing this with everything on default, like most absolutely new players will do. So this just kind of gives you a feel for how easy it can be for you in your first 7 days. And wait. Boom, 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 boom. I saw you trying to hide out. So this is what, if you see the zombies catching on fire, obviously that's coming from the gonorrhea mod. I also like to call it the gunner herpesiphilates because it doesn't matter who or what you are. At some point, it's going to burn you. And things got really quiet. So we're literally dispatching the zombies so fast that the game can't spawn them back fast enough. So we're on a completely different wave. I mean, just it's almost unfair at this difficulty level. Now, the only thing that I want to test is I want to see if where I'm standing forces them to choose a different side. We can take care of him from here. So it looks like they kind of have a preference for one side or the other. Maybe it's because they've weakened that side a little bit and that's why they want to go over there. Not sure. There's 2 more skill points. I mean, it almost seems unfair. It almost seems unfair. Yep. 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 Oh, a little early. What's up, my boy? I think it would be interesting to test this whole strategy against an insane nightmare setup. I have actually never played on insane and definitely not on nightmare, which is crazy considering the amount of hours that I have into this game. But I'm always looking for ways to improve. I'm always starting over, and that may be why. But I think that'd be a good challenge. I think I would definitely have to use the sledgehammer. But as you can see, the odds of them getting through here are slim to none. You get a break, you upgrade or repair, and then you go right back to putting BTA, belt to ass. Notice we have not run out of stamina once. And the logic behind that is that's why we want to be at that level 4 so that we're generating 20 stamina every time we get a kill. Every time we take somebody's face off, look at 10,000 XP. Look how quick our XP bar is moving up. And once again, we do our repairs. And right back to belt to ass. Hey, I just fixed that. This is why I like this open design for the second layer. Now, if I were using the spear, I would actually close it off. Get off of that. That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Now, I'm so mad that I did not buy that eye candy. Knowing that's a big part of the strategy. Yep. And this is it, guys. Like, this is how you survive your first Horde night with little to no problem. straight BTA until 4 a.m. So for those that don't know, Fortnite lasts from 10 a.m. to 4 a.m. So you've got 6 hours of non-stop zombies. And there used to be a point in the legacy version, so this is the version before 1.0, where you would just stop getting zombies. You'll have killed all of the zombies you're gonna get for the night. But in 1.0 they made it, I don't know if it was 1.0, but at some point they made it to where the zombies never stopped coming. And I'm here for it. We should have checked our zombie kill count before we started Horror Night just to see how many we took out. But that's just not one of those things that I think about. I'm sure I could, if I really, really wanted, go back and count and add a counter. We've picked up 4 skill points in this Horror Night. This is where having this is where having that learning elixir comes in super handy, because we are just collecting XP like nobody's business. Because we're so strong with our weapon, I mean, we're just burning through times. We'll see how many loot bags we've got down there at the end of this also. This base isn't super high. It's not, 13, 14 blocks in the air. This is something that, as you saw, we were able to build basically from the ground. We stayed on the ground for the majority of the build. And that's what makes it so simple and easy to do so early on. Do you have to build it on day one? No. Can you build it on day one? Yes. And it's all about options. You need to have the availability to play how you want to play. I would like to see. I know I'm a nobody in the 7 Days to Die creation at the moment, but I would love to see what someone like Guns, Nerds, and Steel or Wayward Echo would do with this design, because they build some amazing bases. I've actually, I'm not going to say stolen, I've borrowed some design ideas from Wayward plenty of times. That guy's ingenuity with base building is unreal. But yeah, as you can see, now I did make a mistake. And the one mistake that I've made is that I don't have repair kits on me for when my bat inevitably breaks. So, we're going to take a quick moment to run over, grab the repair kits, and run back. And right back to BTA. Well, I didn't even see you. Let's go ahead and repair while we have a break. And back to BTA. I mean, it almost seems unfair. Especially on this difficulty setting, it's definitely unfair. It would be at least harder to kill on Warrior. No, sir. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. Nope. 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 I feel like I should be playing like Little Drummer Boy or something, the way I'm just eating the brakes off of these zombies, man. It's ridiculous. Get out of here. No. 15,000 XP. And climbing 16,000. As long as they keep coming, we'll keep growing it. Dead spot. We got to start over now. Just, now the last time I looked, it was like 386. We're already at 497. Straight BTA. It's unfair. It's unfair. Now, because they closed the door, I feel like that person just kind of went up and over maybe just a little bit. Now, because of this design and this build, I actually like to live and establish myself in the snow biome. It is the next to hardest biome in the entire game. And with the changes in 2.5, they made it even harder. It might have been 2.6. One of them. The snow biome got significantly harder. So I want to get to a point to where I can test this base, obviously further upgraded and with more stuff in the snow biome on a harder difficulty. I don't know why they decided that they like this side better than the other one. Let's move over here and see if that shifts them. I just moved for a reason, damn it. Hey, I'm not over there anymore. Bring y'all asses over here. Oh, y'all some haters. Well, fine then. To refer back to my boy Coach, right? He's gonna see this. He's gonna see this Horde night and how easy it is. And he's gonna want to play on freaking Adventurer all the time, and he knows that ain't happening with me. The only reason I'm on Adventurer is because that's what I anticipate a brand new player to the game would do. And if you follow this strategy, you too can put BTA on the zombies in your first Horde night. Go to sleep. $5.59. Can we hit 600? Can we hit 600? I don't know. 7 skill points. We have acquired 7 skill points in one Horde night. I don't think we're gonna make 600. Nah. Can we get 575? And just like that, we have survived our first Horde night. So let's go outside. Let's clean up whoever is left. I don't know why you want to attack the tree, my boy. Hey, bye. Bye. And just like that, Horde night is a wrap. We ended with 579 kills. Look at all of the loot bags. Now, had I not been an idiot and actually bought the eye candy, we would pop that eye candy before we open all of these. All right. So, first thing I want to do is I just want to show our iron tools. So let's bring those down. And we're just gonna throw some random stuff on them. It doesn't matter at this point because we're pretty much done. All right. So we were able to get our iron tools. We have a workbench. We have a forge. We completely destroyed the zombies on Horde Night. We took minimal damage to the pillars of our base. All right, minimal damage. All of the spikes are gone, but minimal damage. So we've got some damage to that block, that block, that block, and that block. So what was that? 4 or 5 blocks? They got actual damage through the whole Horde Night. So let's collect all of this just for shits and giggles. We're not even gonna look and see what it is. We're just gonna grab it all. But that was a very successful Horde Night. If I had not been lollygagging, we probably could have done it without any damage taken at all. But I wasn't taking it very serious. All right, let's take a look and see what we got. So we can read that. Actually, we can read all of this. Doesn't matter. But just look at the things that you can acquire. Just by having a sound plan and investing your points the right way. Let's see where we are. Let's read all of that. Read that. Read that. That. We got a treasure map. Let's go ahead and read that, even though we're not going to go and do it. We're just clearing up space. Thought so. Alright, just clearing up space. Couple fortune head books, couple rifle books. Okay. Okay. Is that all of them? Alright, let's repair. I know it's not necessary because we're into this world, but it's good to get into the habit. All right, so base is all repaired. We've gone through and searched everything. Got all of our loot bags. I say this was a success, y'all. Last loot bag. Couple more for you there. Let's just read all of this just because. Just because. And just like that, we are done. You have the ability to upgrade either of these however you choose. I just wanted to give you something simple and basic to get you through your first 7 days. As you can see, if you do it properly, it can be a complete cakewalk. But once again, thank you for allowing me to show you all these things. I hope this helps someone be a better 7 Days to Die player, or help someone start their 7 Days to Die journey. As always, like the video, subscribe to your boy, leave me a comment, and I will catch you in the next series. Good day, good people.